There we go. I was noticing that my microphone just was not being recognized by OBS. Anyway, what a way to start off the first official practice session of 2023. Um, of course, immediately my own microphone wants me to just shut up and start playing. Yeah. Yeah, I could tell that there was no sound coming through to you guys. So, how are you guys? Hello, AB. Hello, Tone Dog. I know it's you, Tone Dog. Hello, Fippin' Chickpea. How are you guys doing? So, yeah, we are here. We are going to practice. Um, looks like I did actually switch it to my practice screen. Perfect. So you guys can see what's going on here. So I am trying a little different setup than what I normally do on my Twitch. And we'll see how it goes. I decided to put a little highlight on what we're currently working on. So whoever's dropping by, just that, single glance knows what we're doing. So, anyway, I know, speechless, right? Hello, Jacob. So the first thing that I want to do is just spend a couple of minutes, but I really don't have, I'm so sorry, guys. I really don't have that much time to talk. So, but I do want to spend a couple of minutes just kind of, reviewing what is in my head, what I've been going through, and how I'm feeling, get that all out of the way so that we can just decompress and relax with some long tones and technique, get back into the groove of things. So, I was playing almost every day up until Christmas, and then between Christmas to New Year's, I did not play at all because we were visiting with family and stuff like that. So there's really not much time, and I prioritize my family and my friends over fluting. So that happened. And then last week, I actually already came back to work. So I was catching up on emails, restarting my teaching because I took all of December off. So I have a much more sustainable teaching schedule now, which is fantastic. Means that I can get a lot of other work done. So I was kind of getting used to the new schedule last week. And then this week started off pretty darn well. Oh, the other thing that I started last week as well was working out again, because I was sort of working out on and off over the holidays, and then I definitely put on a bit of fluff, but it was a really good time, so no regrets there. But I do need to be healthy and trim down again, so started a new workout program last week, was very sore for a week up until a day or two ago, and then I stopped being sore. So I'm totally fine now, which may actually be a really good time to start practicing again. But yeah, we're still dealing with some home repairs. So that is kind of hanging over my head. I won't go into the details, but it is kind of, one of those things that you sort of dread. So that's hanging on my mind. But yeah, I managed to get most of what I wanted to get done today done. So this is the last thing. I just wanted to treat this not as a chore, but as a way to just decompress, relax. I can just play some flute and enjoy the flute. Very slowly get my tone back. So this is the first out of however many practice sessions I end up doing over the next 2 weeks. I'm allowing myself 2 weeks to really ramp back up into my normal things that I practice. So because this is kind of special, like this whole ramping up business is kind of special, I haven't decided if I'm going to make it members only after the 2 weeks are over. I'm not sure. But for now, it's going to be public for everyone. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm still kind of playing it by ear. What I want to leave live forever and what I don't. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I see more people are trickling in. Hello, Trenton. Is it bedtime for you? Have a wonderful evening. Hello, Julia. Hello, Riri. Wow, you went to the psychiatrist and you got anxiety and depression diagnoses and meds as well, Trenton. You know what? Honestly, I'm really glad that you are getting the help that you need and the things that your body and your brain needs to be healthy. That's fantastic. So yeah, really sorry about the fact that you had to be diagnosed with those things, but at the same time, having a diagnosis and having the equipment to equip yourself against those, terrible things is actually really fantastic. For a long time, we lived without a diagnosis for John's skin condition. And so, it just always felt like a ticking time bomb. But once you have a diagnosis and you have the necessary medication to go with it, honestly, I think, I am very hopeful that your life is going to be a lot better. So, yeah. Waiting so long to take care of your health hasn't helped. You know what? We're all very guilty of that, aren't we? It's okay. You're not the only one. You've got the rest of us in here who are more or less going through something. Everyone's going through something, But yeah, hugs from all of us here. Okay, we got all of that out. So I think what I would like to do is start practicing. So the first thing I'm going to do is the first thing that is highlighted in this practice checklist. And it is harmonic tone matching. So if you guys don't know what harmonic tone matching is, I'm just playing a harmonic and then I'm playing the, normally fingered version of it. With normal fingering, correct fingering, and I'm trying to match the tonal quality of the two. And that is one of the fastest ways, at least for me, to get my tone back. So let's give that a go. And I will be timing myself, by the way, for a maximum of 20 minutes for number 1 and 2 on this practice checklist. So I'm just going to take a look at the time here. It's probably better if I have like a tab out with the time. So let me just do that. Okay, so I know what time it is now, and I'm going to give myself a maximum of 20 minutes to do that, and then I'm going to cut myself off at 20 minutes and then move on to the next thing. So here we go. Hello, hello. Hello, Michael. Welcome back. Ajit, hello. How to clean your piccolo. Same way as how you clean a flute, really. You know, you swab it out. Just make sure you go rod first into the body and then the cleaning cloth. Otherwise, you'll get both stuck. Hello, Progressively Me. How are you doing? Louie, how are you doing? It's Louie, right? Did I remember correctly? Hello, hello. Yes, yes, enjoy your virtual tea. There it is. Ooh, chai tea. I just had chai tea yesterday, actually. It was quite delicious. All right, let's move on to our, I know, very high tech what I'm doing here. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll, there, that looks even better. Okay. So now, if you guys have De La Sonorité, you guys can follow along. Let me see if I can find the link for you guys. And I'll pin it in the chat so you guys can follow along. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so I will be on, I think it's page 6. So I'll put here, follow along. De La Sonorité. It is public domain now because it is old enough. So I've put it in the chat. You guys are probably already seeing it because the delay between you guys and me is like 30 seconds. So let me pin that. So yeah, follow along. I should be on page 6. Let me go to, I need to open it up myself now. So give me a second to do that. Where is it? I do have it on my desktop. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to blow it up nice and big so I can read it without my glasses on. But yeah, let me check. Am I on page 6? I am on page 6. There it is. Okay, so we're just starting with number 1 on page 6 if you guys want to follow along and practice with me. Oh, happy birthday, Michael. Why is there the delay? Oh, that's just how live streams work. There's always a delay. It's like an upload delay essentially between, because it takes time to upload footage. I'm essentially live uploading. That's what live streaming is. So that's why there's a delay. On YouTube, it's noticeably longer than on Twitch. I think on Twitch is about a 15-second delay, but on YouTube it's about a 30-second delay. So it's all that techie stuff that you guys don't really need to worry about. But anyway, we will do this for maybe 10-15 minutes, something like that, and then I shall move on to a different thing. Thank you so much. All right, good night, Michael. Okay, so some thoughts about that. Mostly what I was thinking about was making sure my lower core was engaged, and the best way to do so, as shared by one of my students from her roller derby instructor, is to hide your butthole. Yes, you heard that right. Hide your butthole. If you hide your butthole, you will immediately correct your pelvic tilt if you have one. And it will give you access to your lower core muscles and your lower, like, when I'm talking about lower core, I mean like really, really low. The lowest core muscles. You want those muscles to come out when you breathe in, and then kind of like push in when you breathe out. So it's kind of like manually breathing for you, and that is really good support. So you're welcome, Ajit. So I am doing that, and then I'm also trying to focus on not pushing from my mouth, just holding, certain spots in my mouth where I know that the note likes to resonate in. So I'm not trying to push from there. The only place I'm pushing from is my lower core. There are a few moments where I notice myself wanting to push from my mouth. So on the repeat, I would kind of like reset myself. My arm was also like, my arms were getting a little bit tired from holding up the flute for so long as well. So that's why you guys saw me kind of like putting my arms down, letting myself rest and reset as I need, which is really important to do if you are ramping up. Don't go so hard that you like die, okay? If you feel like you need to just kind of rest and reset, go ahead and do so. There's no rush to, get back to where you were immediately. So, the reasoning makes sense. Exactly. That was very funny. And honestly, I think it's one of the most ingenious ways I've ever heard of learning to correct your pelvic tilt. I was also trying to, like, along with correcting the pelvic tilt, like, trying to squat down a little bit, because it is easier to stand with a corrected pelvic tilt if you do a little mini squat. It's kind of like if you were to like go skateboarding all the time or something like that. Like, that stance is actually perfect. It works, right, Julia? You just tried it. I want to know how many of you guys just tried hiding your butthole. If you could put a little wave in the chat, let me know how many of you just tried hiding your butthole just now. It would bring me great joy to know. Okay, that was feeling pretty good. I'm taking a look at the time, and I don't want to go overboard too much, because I can tell that if I start the next thing, I'm gonna take a long time doing it. So I know we only basically did one entry of number 1, but it be what it be. It's totally fine. I'm gonna mark in my part where we last left off so that I know for tomorrow, and then we'll just start from there. Again, no hurry. We're all good here. And by the way, when you guys are ramping up like this, do a written version of what I'm doing right now, which is like right after you practice something, spend a couple of minutes just writing a few bullet point forms of, like, a few notes about what you did well, what you want to improve, any observations, stuff like that. That is part of practicing. Part of practicing is reflecting on what you're doing. So now it just so happens that it is really convenient for me to stand here and explain to you guys what I was just doing, because then, you guys want to know what's going on through my head, right? So it makes sense for me to explain it. But I think a lot of times we forget to just do it for ourselves when no one's watching. But let me tell you, if you do this little bit of self-reflection, just write a few notes, maybe 3 or 4 points that you can write down of something you noticed, something you improved upon, or something you want to improve on. Just writing that down will help you focus for the next practice session. So that is why I am explaining to you guys what I'm doing. It's actually mostly for myself. Okay, so now that we're done that, we are going to do, and I will unpin that message. So I am next going to do Moyis 480 exercises. We're probably not going to do a lot of it. Maybe just one here or there. So I'm just going to tell you guys, it is absolutely possible for you guys to look it up online. It does exist. This is, if you just look up 480 exercises Moyis flute, you're probably going to find it. So I'll let you guys find it if you guys want to follow along. Yep, so I have it here. And again, I'm just going to blow it up really big so I can see what's going on. Now, typically what I do is start from the beginning and keep going. However, I did see from when I last worked on this, I left off from, there's a chart in the beginning of the book, and it tells you, it just gives you what looks to be random numbers. But he's actually going through every key with every row. Like every entry in every row is an exercise in a different key. So you're supposed to go from left to right, row by row. I made it to where I think it's it's the 5th line down, about a little past halfway through 116. So I'm there, which means that I'm now, you know what, I might as well start from where I last left off. So let's start with number 116. So I'm just going to scroll my way down to number 116 and give that a whirl. So this looks to be a full range scale in triplets with the key signature of 1 sharp. So this is probably going to sound a little bit modal because we're starting from a low C instead of like G, so that it would sound like G major. But this is testing the entire range of the flute. It only goes up to high B, but I wonder if I should actually go up to high D, because that is what's typically expected of a professional flutist nowadays, is to be able to go to the lowest note and up to the highest note. So maybe I'll start from low B actually. Low B, go all the way up to high D. It might be a bit of a train wreck up there, but it's okay. We're just ramping up. So that is where we're going to start off. And I believe each repeat is supposed to be done 4 times. So like the whole exercise needs to be done 4 times. So we shall try that. I just saw how many people admitted that they tried hiding their butthole, and my goodness, it is giving me great joy. Thank you very much for sharing. You guys are great. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I kept doing C sharps. There's no C sharps in here. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, now that's too slow. We need to start faster. Second time. Okay, before I do the fourth time, I'm going to just very quickly like go through the top few notes, the B, C, D, D, C, B, right up at the top. I'm just going to do the fingerings alone by themselves first a few times, and then I'll try this fourth time. I'm having trouble on the way down, so I'm going to do that again. Okay, a little better, but I'm hesitating before coming down on the high C. Okay, okay. Okay, we'll try it. Try it. times. So we're going to just make ourselves keep going. So now we have to go to 249. If you guys are following along. 249. Oh, fun. Okay. He does go down to low B here. 249 is G sharp harmonic minor. Oh, it literally just says it above it. What am I doing? I'm not even reading. Okay. Probably not going to get through this whole thing. I'm just taking a look at the time, but we shall try. That's funny. So I have to go from B to C sharp, really? Okay. Does he make an exception for... No, he doesn't make it. Okay, we're doing it then. We're doing it. It's going to be a little sloppy. Oh, actually, no. He actually tells you to begin at C sharp. Okay, all right, we'll do that. We'll begin at C sharp then. All right. I won't pull that trick on you guys without telling you what I'm doing. So if you guys don't know what I'm doing right now, this is called the nose oil trick. This is actually a legitimate skill that I learned in music school. So whenever you have to do slides and stuff like that with your pinky, or you just have a lot of like pinky action going on, you can just discreetly or not discreetly, I guess that depends on you. But even if you're on stage, you can just kind of go like this and grab some of your nose oil so that you can slip and slide on the foot joint. Yes, it is a legitimate trick that I learned in actual music school. So that's what I'm doing. I was just not going to tell you guys I was doing it because I wanted to see how many of you guys would notice, but okay, I won't do that to you guys on literally the first practice session of 2023. So that's what I'm doing in case you guys wanted to try it out yourselves. I hope I did that 4 times. Okay. few more. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna try the last one. All right, that was a little bit rough, but not too bad considering it's first day back. So we only did 2 exercises, but that's okay. I'm just going to highlight for myself where we are, and we'll just start with there next time. So do I have this already on here? I don't. Oh, I do. Okay, sweet. All right, give me a second, guys. I need to highlight where I last left off. So we are at 382. Okay, so I'll have that ready and saved for tomorrow. We are now going to end off with just a few minutes of just playing for fun. In the month of December, I was like memorizing a bunch of tunes. So I'm just gonna open up my I have a little list that I have here. I'm just gonna play around with a few tunes here and there just for fun, just to end off on a really fun note. I really encourage you guys to do a similar thing. Make sure that when you are ramping back up into your normal practicing, that you're also doing things for fun. So this can really help your brain want to practice, because you want those like feel good feelings, to come through. And so I've been looking forward to doing this all day, actually, and I'm finally getting to do it, and I know that I've done some good tone work and some good technique work, so now I'm like, I can now relax with some really, really pretty themes from the video game Genshin Impact. There is another video game that I played way too much of over Christmas that I will be featuring in a live stream later this week. Hopefully I can get to it this week. There's just a lot on my plate right now. But I actually got permission from the actual composer of that music for that video game. If you guys are curious what the video game is, it is Chained Echoes. I 100%ed it over the Christmas holiday, and it was one of the best games I have ever played in my life. It is really high up there. It feels like playing Wagner's Ring Cycle. Like, it's that amount of drama and like kind of like WTF moments. And it's fantastic. It's an RPG, like in the style of really old RPGs, like Japanese RPGs. And it's amazing. It's an amazing game. It has beautiful music. And I contacted the composer and actually got permission to feature his music, because his music does have some amazing flute solos in it. So I really wanted to mess around with that sometime this week and learn it by ear and just have some fun with it. But for now, we will stick with stuff that I already know. So we will play some Genshin Impact. Some music from Sumeru, the latest region in Genshin Impact. All right, let's do it. Oh, I need to swab first. Definitely need to swab. Okay, technically that was the main theme. Hello, Victor. Happy 2023. All right. not too bad, considering I haven't done that in a while. Genshin music is so pretty. Kind of remember that one. That's a good question. I'll answer that in a bit. Definitely forgot a bit there. What do I end with? Oh, I know what to end with. Oh, I love this theme. All right. It is 5 minutes to 10. So I should really clean up. So, oh, I forgot to actually move this down. Oh no. What am I doing? I mean, I'm cleaning up now, but Victor asked a really good question here, which is oh, thank you, Louie. You can just, if you want to give a tea to me, it's just !T, just another flutist. Then you'll make a tea for me. Right now you're sipping the tea. Gan, thank you so much. Have to watch the volume of the laptop. I need to watch my own volume. Like, it is very close to quiet time right now. So like, I really need to simmer down. So yeah, I don't want to practice at this hour all the time. Otherwise, I think my neighbors will absolutely hate me. But, you know, today was one of those days where it's just, there's just too much going on. Too much going on. And I wanted to practice when I was in the mood to decompress. Because I want practicing to be part of my decompression, you know. But thank you again. I do want to answer Victor's question, which is, was my home always filled with music being played? And quite honestly, the answer is yes. My mom plays the piano, and my dad does a lot of singing at church because he's a pastor. And so my mom did a lot of the piano playing and my dad did a lot of singing, and my mom sings too. But they would practice at home a lot for, you know, practicing for church services. So there was a lot of that, but they were also really into classical music. So we very often had, like, my brother was really the classical music aficionado. So he was the one who was always blaring classical trumpet music because he plays trumpet. I grew up listening to my brother practice trumpet and piano, and I grew up playing piano and flute, and then ended up making flute my career. So yes, we always had music playing in the house. There was always music playing. And it was either being played as a recording or it was being played live. And that was my life. It's music all the time. And I just, I know now how, you know, how lucky I am to have that. And I'm really grateful for my parents to notice that I was really into the flute and really encouraged me to keep going. And then they encouraged me to such a point that I became a professional. Yeah, you're welcome, Victor. Yeah. Midnight in Chi Town. I love it. Yeah, so I figured I'll also just clean up in front of you guys because this is also a good time, not only to answer you guys' very good questions, but I think I wanted to think about today's practice session. Went very well. My tone is way stronger than I ever anticipated. I do believe it is because I have been actively working out again. So that has really helped my core because I am using exercises. If you guys are curious what I'm doing, I am doing the YouTube thing, which is following Chloe Ting. And I am doing her new 2023 weight loss challenge program. I did a lot of research over the last year or so, and I discovered that her weight loss challenges, the month-long weight loss challenges, are actually not as hard as her 2-week ones. Everyone keeps choosing her 2-week ones to do, but her 2-week ones are actually more intense than her like month-long ones. So I'm doing her month-long 2023 weight loss challenge program, and it's very cardio and core centric is what I would call it, but you do get like your arm days, your leg days, your butt days and stuff like that, but because it's so core centric and so core heavy, I do think it's making my flute playing better. It's because I'm also being like very aware of my pelvic tilt and trying to correct my pelvic tilt even while I'm doing exercises, so I think that's really helping. So I was very pleasantly surprised by my tone today. My fingers could use more technique, so we'll keep up the technique, we'll keep going there. I'm thinking what I might end up doing is scaling down the amount of time that I spend on tone and reallocating a bit of extra time to technique. So I think for technique, maybe I'll do more like 20 to somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes, I'm thinking. And then we'll do maybe 5 to 10 minutes for tone because it is so strong. So upon evaluating tonight's practice session, I think that's where my needs are. My needs are in technique. I need to get my fingers back up to snuff. So yeah, that is my evaluation of tonight's practice session. And so now I have a good idea of what I want to do tomorrow. So I don't know, by the way, I agree with you, Julia. I don't really know how I didn't drive my parents insane with my practicing. Because I practiced a lot when I was a kid. Not so much when I was a teenager, but when I was a kid, I practiced like all the time. Anyway, so again, I encourage you guys to do a similar thing, that at the end of your practice sessions, really evaluate how it went and think about kind of like reorganizing what you're going to be doing for your practice session for the next day. Because that gives you a really good idea of like what you're already good at and then where you can like add more time to things that actually need more time. Yeah, and then that way, you'll just keep adjusting your practicing like that, and it really, really helps. Helps keep you on point, focused, and self-aware, which is all things you need if you're practicing. Yeah. Gluten Granny just coming in at 1 a.m. Oh, man. I'm about to end. But, man, 1 a.m. is very late. Yeah, my parents are pretty nutty. I'm actually surprised at how well they took me and my brother practicing trumpet, flute, and piano. It's absolutely insane. Lola, let's see. Oh, you don't know what model to buy? Well, if you're just starting out, get yourself a quality beginner model flute. There's so many out there that you can choose from. Just get yourself a quality one. Start there, in which if you get a nice quality student model flute, it's likely going to be closed hole, offset G, C foot joint. And honestly, you're going to be able to play most things with that setup already. The open hole thing is just, it's part aesthetic. Some people claim that it makes you more resonant. Quite on it, and like for me, I got open hole so I could slide between notes if I wanted to. But yeah, you don't have to worry about all that stuff, man. Just get like a really nice quality beginner model flute and have fun. Don't worry so much about all the other, bits and bobs and, all the bells and whistles. In the beginning, you don't need to. You don't need to think about that. Now, when you want to upgrade, there are a lot of really great intermediate models. You can basically play most things on a solid intermediate model, like a solid step-up model that is like a silver-plated body with a solid silver head joint, and you'll already sound so much better than on a beginner level flute. So, these days you have a lot of options, so there's no rush to get anything. Consider all your options, do a lot of research, try as many flutes as you can. But yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Lucid. Yeah, I'm wrapping up right now. How are you doing though, Lucid? All right, Gan. Good night to you and your adorable cat. I'm assuming your cat is adorable. All cats are adorable, right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you're welcome, Lola. But yeah, so guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I love you all so very, very much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I will return for another practice session probably sometime tomorrow. For now, because there's a lot of things I'm catching up on, I am finding that I can't really plan when I'm going to do my practice sessions. Otherwise it restricts my schedule too much. So I'm so sorry, guys, that I can't come out with a schedule right now, but I'm hoping at the very least I can schedule one for like, I don't know, Friday or something, where it happens at a specific time. Then we can all just hang out. That's what I'm thinking of doing at the very least. I was going to do something on Friday and just relax with you guys, That's what I really liked about my streams in December, and that's kind of what I want to keep going, like keep doing. I was just like, man, I'm just so relaxed after doing live streams, which I didn't really have that before. I like these kind of low key chill streams where I can just 100% be myself. Yeah. Lucid is absolutely correct. If you see a flute being sold for very cheap, and especially if it comes with white gloves, don't buy it. It is probably not a good flute. I'm trying to be PC here. Anyway, that's enough yapping. I should shower and go to bed too. All right. I love you all so much. Please stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I shall see you guys sometime tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. All right. If I don't see you guys tomorrow, I'll see you guys sometime this week. Okay. All right. Laters, everyone. Good night.